morning, everyone. Welcoming you to another episode of 1001 Thagachari Gratitude Project of Manipur. It's really exciting that we have so many participants from all nooks and corners all over the world, and I'm really excited that all of you are being very supportive of our show and writing to us to be a part of it. So I would like to start the program by thanking all the participants and sharing and talking from the heart. And it's quite a learning for me. And I'm so glad that we are doing the program of gratitude. It's bringing the best thoughts in me, in the participant. And I believe that we are spreading, the positivity in and around us. So today we have a very, very special participant, guest speaker from NIT Calicut. So he is Chingakam John Chinglen Thoiba. He is a researcher at NIT Calicut in Kerala, India. So I would like to welcome him to our show. So let me bring him up. Hi, John. Welcome to our show.
Hello, Ishay. How are you? A very good evening. A very good evening from India.
Yes, good evening for you, and it's morning for me.
So, by the way, how is the weather in Washington?
It is really cold. It's very cold right now. Yeah. All right. So I see that you are a researcher in heterogeneous catalyst for biodiesel and separation membrane from waste material in the School of Nanoscience and Technology. So it looks so exciting. So how about you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Yes, thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity to speak about me, where very few know about me because, I'm not a kind of celebrity or something, but you gave me a chance to talk, and thank you so much for that. Well, my name is Chingakam Chinglen Thoiba. People know me with my nickname, because since my name is very typical, it's very hard for my friend to learn how to pronounce my name. So people know me as John, and John is my baptism name. And I'm from Imphal, and I was born in the place in Imphal called Yai School Janmasthan Laikai. And we have 4 siblings, and I have a beautiful 3 sisters. And I'm the only boy in Manipuri as my kid Maru. So I'm one of them. And both my mom and dad, they are government employee, and right now they are retired. And in the year 2017 March, we shipped from the Yai school, and right now we are permanently dwelling in New Chekon, which is my kind of current new home place. And since from 2002 onward, I left Manipur and I came to a beautiful city called Hyderabad for my schooling purpose. The reason why I left Manipur in 2002 is, that in Manipur there are so much of ban, strike, and curfew, which is a really disturbance for the schooling and for the means of education. And so that is the main reason that my dad took me from Manipur to a very beautiful place that is in Hyderabad for my schooling. And I did my schooling from a school called Shiva Shivani Public School. And I was there till from 5th standard till 12th standard, I was in Hyderabad. And after 12, I chose as a BTech in the field of mechanical engineering. And I did my mechanical engineering in Chennai. And after that, after my engineering, I was not enough with my studies. So I went for the further education for my master MTech in the place called Pondicherry Central University. And after Pondicherry Central University, after I started my master level, I fall in love with the word nanotechnology. And then in that moment, I thought that I should really go for a research, which was a really call for me. So then after I thought that, where I should apply for my research, then I applied for my PhD, one in the Guwahati IIT and one in this place NIT Calicut. Why I applied NIT is that, the reason why I applied for Guwahati IIT is that since from childhood I was being far away from my family, so that is very far away from Manipur. I was entire my childhood from onward. I was in the southern part of India. So after my master, my mom thought that it is a time to come back a little bit more towards the northeast. So that's why she asked me to apply for the Guwahati IIT. But it was not in my luck, so I did not get through it. And that's a God's plan that He wants to send me a little bit more down towards the south. That's why from Hyderabad to Tamil Nadu, from Tamil Nadu to Pondicherry, again from Pondicherry, I went further down. And right now I'm in Calicut NIT, and I'm doing a research scholar. I'm a research scholar, a full-time research scholar, and I work in the field of biodiesel. And my main interest is towards the waste material, because many people doesn't believe in a waste material. People think that there is no hope for the waste material. I just that behind the waste material, there's a really beautiful world. If you can work on the waste material, you can bring out, once I remember when I was in school, she told us that in the classroom that if you can convert the waste material into the form of the source of energy in this world today, half of the energy crisis will be solved. That's why I thought of to take a research on the waste material, and biodiesel is one of my favorite topics. So that's why I chose in this in the field of biodiesel. So this is I don't know whether it's a brief or more about me. And plus, I'm a very happy person. I love my life, and like people say that I am a kind of a ball of positive hope, a ball of ray. Wherever I go, I can love and hope. So I am a very easygoing person. People can easily fall in love with me because I'm so kind of versatile.
Yeah, that's
so this
awesome.
is about me.
Of course, I
Yeah.
would agree with your friends who say that, you're bubbling with energy, and I can feel that from your personality. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
I
Thank
think
you.
I just want to reemphasize on, some of the things which you have shared, that many of us had gone out of Manipur to study because we were not able
Yes.
to get continuous education because of the frequent
Exactly.
bunds and conflict and
Strife.
yeah, and that
Exactly.
is one of the main reason why many people from Manipur has gone out. So yeah, thank you for
Yes.
bringing that up. At the back of our mind, we are conscious that we are out of our own state because of the conflict and instability. So yeah, thank you for calling that out.
Exactly.
And also, what you're doing is so interesting, creating energy out of waste material. And I am very interested to
Exactly.
know. Yeah, that sounds so cool.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
All right. So to go on to the core of our show today, we'll talk a little bit about gratitude. And to start with, I would
Yes.
like you to nominate someone, from your personal life for you to show gratitude and express your thankfulness to them.
So, like, if I still remember that my dad is kind of very role model, and he said that in a life, if you can use 3 magic words, and your life will be very happy. Number 1 is that to say please, sorry, and thank you. These 3 words are the magic words, and among them, the word thank you, people easily forgets to say thank you. So that's a normal problem of us. We can easily say please, we can beg to someone, and we can say we can say sorry if something goes wrong, but we always tend to forget the word thank you. So this is a very wonderful word, and as human being, I like to show my gratitude to the one who has created me. So I like to say thank you, who has given me a life and to bring in this earth, and I thank you so much for that. And to say my personal thank you. And everyone knows that because everyone has talked about their family. It's very obvious because the word family will be always there no matter what you are in up. So we always forget to the person who has shaped us, who has hold our hand and who have taken us to the path of the future. So I want to say thank you to the one who have taught me how to read and write, who have taught me about good and bad. So first of all, I want to say a big thank you to all my teachers, right from the school and to my BTech level, to my master level, and to my PhD. And for my special thank you, that's why I have chosen my guide. That his name is Dr. V. Sajid. The reason why I chose him is not because that that I am very close to him. It's not in that way. Since I told you that I'm very passionate on my research, and in the field of my research, when I really want to do PhD, he has given me a chance. He has given me a chance to prove myself that yes, I am a good researcher. Yes, I can do lots of novelty work, and that's the reason that I have chosen him. And I like for my guide, I don't see him as my guide. I see him more than that. I see him as my father. I see him as my best friend. I see him as my very well wisher. And he is something to me that he is my role model. I have never seen him a very angry face till today, because many of the PhD scholar has some kind of thinking that their guides are kind of villain for them, because because whenever I meet other PhD scholar, they always backbite their guides. They say, "Oh, my guide is so bad. Oh, my guide is so strict. My guide give me so much of burden." But in my case, he is not like that. In my case, he really understand me. He really know what is my ability and what can I do in my life. And he gave me open space for me. He gave me a huge open space. He allows me to choose my own PhD topic. That's wonderful for me, because most of the PhD work, what I have seen is that the work which was chosen by the guide will be given to the student. But in my case, he allowed me to choose my own topic. That's a very beauty of him. That means he believes in me. He believes in me more than I believe myself. That's really beauty about myself. There are so many personal moment where I want to share that I don't know, my guide is the one who texted me every single morning. Every single morning he texts me and he says that he always give a quote. He always give a quote about the life. He said, "Your life is beautiful. Your dream and your goal is so bright, because I believe in you." Such kind of a motivational messages he always. And for me, every morning I feel that, oh, this is a kind of a second chance for me to prove that yes, my life is so beautiful. So that's why I always want to thank to him, because since I have told you again that I'm a really passionate on my research. It doesn't mean that I am the best researcher. It doesn't mean that I have lots of publication or something. But yes, I believe in me. And yes, he also believes in me that I will do a really good work in my future. So since he has given me a wonderful platform where I really love to do, so that's why it is a very thankful for me that I found him as my guide. So this is a wonderful moment that I always want to say him thank you. But this time I got the opportunity, this time I got a chance to say to the whole of the world that yes, my dear guide, I love you and I thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to do my PhD under him, and he allowed me to choose my own topic. That's really wonderful for me. So that's why I thank him.
Such wonderful word for a teacher, and absolutely, where he empowers you with his words and believe that you can do it, and also give you the freedom to have your own choice. So I see a lot of empowering, he empowered you in many levels, personally as well as in your career line, in shaping what you want to do.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And moreover, if If you thank you so much, and if you give me a chance to say another thank you, I would definitely say thank to my godfather. Basically, I belong to the faith. Yes, I am a Catholic, and I'm very firm with my faith, and I love my God. And for me, why I chose him as Brother Clement is the one like who has taught me that that our life is so beautiful, that he is the one who prays for me every day, every single day, which they celebrate in the church. He always remembers me, and he is so much dear and so much close to me. And I always go from my place. Actually, he lives in Pondicherry. I always try to meet him up in every Christmas, in every Easter, and in the time of some kind of vacation. Whenever I always try to see him and meet him. He has such a wonderful heart, and I should learn from him that we should live by faith, not by sight, because we as human beings, we always try to see with our sight, but he taught me that you should live by faith, because I'm very firm with my faith, and I love to live with my faith. So I was a very lukewarm faith, but after I found him, that my faith become very strong. And if the faith is strong, you can achieve whatever you want. It was said in the Bible that if your faith is the size of the mustard seed, you can say to the mountain to move. So that is my faith. So I love him so much, Brother Clement is.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing about your influence from Brother Clement to you. Before we go on, is there anything else you want to share before we move on to the next question?
I want to say thank you to each and everyone who have walked in my life and who has and those people who have walked out from my life, because every time they walk in and they walked out, they always give me a lesson, and for that I thank you so much for each and who have came and who have gone from my life. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing, right? Like everybody you meet, you get to learn something and it impacts your life, and it shapes how you become. So I really see that in your story. Yes. Of expression, in your gratitude and thankfulness for people around you.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to pause and take a couple of minutes to acknowledge everybody who is watching us and share the comments they have put it for you. I'm very excited that we have this feature in our live show that people can comment and ask questions. So let's... Okay, so here is the question from Singhajit Ningthojam. And Singhajit, thank you so much for watching. I see that you are one of our regular person. Hi, John. Want to ask 2 questions. How do you want to change present scenario of Manipur in the field of engineering? What is the future of engineers in Manipur?
Oh, thank you so much. That's a wonderful question, Mr. Singhajit Ningthojam. And yes, the word engineering seems to be as mushroom budding these days, because in each and every house you can find lots of engineer you find, because in our state Manipur, we have a belief that if a student is good enough, if a student gets a very good marks in their 12th standard, or if the student has a very good in mathematics or physics or chemistry in the field of science, the parents choose either engineering or medical. That's very true. But because these parents, they never ask to the student, to the kids, that do they really like engineering. So the question is that when somebody is not willing to take that kind of a field in the field of engineering or medical, then obviously become as an engineer, that kind of the very strong passion will not be there. So it should be always from the grassroots itself. We have to ask to each and every student that willing to go for engineering, because engineering these days, as I said again, mushroom budding. You can find college in our country. In each and every street, you can find engineering college. Not in Manipur, but the thing is that it is like that. So what I feel is that the future of engineering is always good, but it always lies within themselves. if the person is very passionate on their field, if someone is really passionate, if they want to achieve something, he will really fight for it. He'll go for it. And if these kind of engineers are there in our state, Manipur, definitely our Manipur will have so many good engineers. So that's my answer. And what I see is that most of the Manipur people, they always take the engineering stream of civil. I don't know why. Because most of the people, what I know is that so many of my friends are civil engineer. When I ask why do you take civil engineering, they say that there is a job opportunity of the government sector. If you are fighting for a job, you should fight for a passion. Yes, it's true that we should have a safe, we should have a job. Job must be there so that you can run your family. But at the end, you will feel so much of regret that why I choose this field when I don't want to be in this one. So, so important for every parents to ask their kids that are they really willing, their kids willing to take either medical or the engineering. There are so many beautiful fields out there apart from engineering and plus medical. So that's why I really don't encourage the word engineering when and medical when the kids are not really willing to take. That's the reason that I did not allow my brother to take engineering. He is a very good student. He is a very good student. He is the topper of his school. I had to go in the field of and the commerce part. And his parents were really strong to push them towards. And I gave a very strong skill that it is not so important that that to take the engineering as a main source of line. It is where the heart says we should follow. Yeah, in my case, my heart says that I should follow my own passion. That's about my research. So that's why I'll be following in the field of the research. I will be my life is completely dedicated towards my research. I remember that my mom called me. I always say that, I'm not studying, I'm playing, this and that. But these days, my dad called me, they asked me, son, where are you? I always said, I'm in my lab. I am always available in my lab because I love my work. The word love is so important and the word love is so powerful. When you love something, you do it from your heart. And the same thing, I love my work. I love my lab. I love my guide. I love my lab mate. And I love my materials, what I use for my research. You should love. Then only your passion can be followed.
All right, absolutely. So I'm echoing with your thoughts on, many of the trend in Manipur where mostly you try to choose your line of studies to be in line with the job availability. So I think you pointed out about the civil engineering where many opts for civil engineering because that's one of the line where you could potentially get a job in Manipur. But of course, a lot of people who have gone and done engineering in IT and other field, they are having opportunities in other part of the world. And I see a lot of people from Manipur, like myself, I'm in the IT world and I get a job, somewhere else. But yes, I definitely echo with your thoughts about, the opening and possibility of jobs in Manipur.
Yeah. And so even my family, our family is full of engineers. Our family is full of...
Right. So this is one of the trend I'm hearing from the younger students that they would want to have the flexibility to follow their heart, to follow their calling and go into a field which may not necessarily be what the parents think would, be the source of income in the future. So thank you for sharing that. All right. So let's look on into some more comments, and thank you, Singhajit, for being a part of our viewer. All right, so we have a comment from Irabanta Achom. Ngasi iche magi live yengba phazana yam nungaijai amadi ekoigi ichine now Mr. John Bu. Congratulations, Pijari. That's so sweet.
Thank you.
All right, and we have Junichi listening to our show too. Thank you, Junichi. And one last comment we have from Binita Chingakam. I'm very proud of you
Oh,
as
my
my
sister.
brother. Oh, that's your sister. Oh, it's so awesome. I love you and wish you all the best in your unknown future. Is she watching from Manipur?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet. All right. So thank you everyone for watching, and keep tuning in and keep putting your comments. And it's really nice that we have interactions in between the show. All right. So let's go on to the next section of our gratitude. Gratitude for a person at the level of Manipur.
Yeah. So if I want to say thank you from my heart from the Manipur, there are so many people. And since I said that I am very passionate on my research, so that's why I chose him very wisely, that, who is the right person to say thank you. So that's why I chose that our brother Thangjam Guneshwar, and he is also known as the Thangjam asteroid. And basically I have never met him, and nor he know me. But the thing is that I have seen him. There is a TV talk show called Manung Bhutna, which comes every Saturday night. And my mother is of that show of that Manung Bhutna. And one morning, my mom called me and she asked, did you know that there's a new scientist from Manipur, and his name is he has named an asteroid in the whole solar system. His name. I said, Thangjam asteroid. I said, wow, there are so many good researchers out there. So that's why basically why I chose him is that when I story about his life struggling, it was very kind of hard, like his heart, and the way he started his life, and to get his BSc degree, he ran from his house, and he went to Haryana to get his BSc course. The way he was very strong willpower and strong determination in the field of studies, it was really inspiring and as well as aspiring for me. So I chose him. I really love the work what he has done. That he has kept an asteroid in the name, which is a very typical kind of surname, and which is a very proud moment for all the Manipuri. That there are many scientists from our place, Manipur, who is doing really wonderful work, and his work is always inspiring for me also. Sometimes I feel to say that whenever I find this in the future, I don't know my future, but if I able to become a very good scientist, with my words, I wish that I really inspired so many young students to go in the field of the research, because research is something that you have to search again and again until you find out something. Research is something it should be done by because we think so much all the time. So that's why I want to say that the research is something which it has really changed my life. That's why that our brother Thangjam Guneshwar has given me a really motivation for me, that yes, even we also have a hope that we can do so many great things in order to bring our state name Manipur in the list of in the wall of fame. So that's why I got really inspired by his talk. And right now he is doing his postdoc in Germany, and I will not stop after my PhD. PhD is the beginning of the research. Many people think that after you finish PhD, your life is settled. It is not, because the PhD is the beginning of the research. Because the moment you get the degree of PhD, it means that you have got to continue your research. So that's why I will definitely stop not only one, maybe 2 or 3 as I can, because in the world of education there is no full stop. In the world of education, you have to keep on learning again and again. And I'm really happy to be as a researcher. And And about myself, this students, I was never in my classes or something like that. But I used to go always with my what do you call? I was always firm with my basic, and I was very clean with my basic. So it made me to go to the further again, more and more. So that's why I want to say thank you to the to our brother Tangzam Guneshwar, that he don't know me, but and plus even I don't know him. But I hope that we find in the future and we meet each other, and I get more idea and positiveness from him, a very good scientist in the future. And plus, moreover, even my uncle is also a scientist. So in my house, these are the people who always encourage me to go towards the field and become a scientist. So I always want to become a scientist, or even if not a scientist, I always want to stay my life with the research field. So that's why I have chose him, and our brother Tangzam Guneshwar. And thank you so much that you have done a wonderful thing, that you have made the whole Manipur proud of you. And above all, you have inspired me so much to take up as a very strong and very, very serious field, which is the most important in the field of research. Because in the field of research, if we are not serious with our work, that it doesn't go out with the well. So this kind of seriousness and a lot of motivation is very important.
Awesome. So with all that speech and thoughtful words and explanation about Tangzam Guneshwar, you have opened up a glimpse for all of us in the world of scientists, researcher. And I'm so happy that, we are having more and more role models amongst the Manipuris. And definitely, it's such a proud moment to be, acknowledging and sharing that there is an asteroid named Tangzam asteroid. And obviously, when you see the name, everybody can make out that it is Manipuri surname. So yes, Tangzam Guneshwar Bu Thagachari for all the contribution and bringing name for Manipur. All right, so that was a very, very good sharing. And, this is what I love about this new series of Thagachari, because we are getting to learn more and more about the people of Manipur. And I didn't know what to expect when we started the series. So thank you. Yeah, I would love to know, and I'm going to look up more on Tangzam Guneshwar, and I hope he will himself come to our show and share about his story in his own words.
Yes.
All right. So before we move on to the next question, I just want to quickly share one of the comment from Sajid Vandana saying, "All the best, my dear."
my guide. He's my guide.
Oh, wow. He's your guide who you have nominated for your personal gratitude. All right. Okay. So that's so awesome to see that your guide is watching you. Thank you, sir, for being an inspiration to John. It's so awesome that we are having a moment of connection right now with you. Thank you so much. Oh, this is so awesome, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, my guide.
All right, so let's move on to the next question, which we have. Gratitude for a person at the global level who have inspired you.
This is very, because it always make me confused at to whom I have to choose, because it's from all over the world. And I should choose Mother Teresa, because Mother Teresa is my favorite saint among all the saints. And why I chose her is that I really love the way that she and listen to her vocation, that to serve for the poor and to live for the poor. And it's so wonderful that she said that if you love someone, that if you like a flower, you just pluck it. But if you love the flower, you water it. So that's very touching for me, that Mother Teresa have taught me that about the love. which is very important in my life because I believe in love. I believe in love. And why I chose her especially is that when I was in my master, I was in the where the Brother Clemens are staying over, where my godfather is staying. The ashram called there's an ashram especially for all the orphanage kids who are suffering from the AIDS, HIV. More than 50 kids are there. There are 3 sections. One is for the kids, and one is for the teenage, and one is for the old age people. Everyone is suffering from the AIDS. They all have a HIV. And for me, when I started visiting that church, when I met them, I was very scared because I have the fear that even if I touch them, will I get AIDS? So this kind of fear was there. But as I stayed in the church along with these kids and along with these old people, I have come to know that the life is so beautiful. Life is so beautiful that suicide are for the losers. So these kids who are staying in that place ashram near to the church, they want to live. They want to live with their life. And why I choose Mother Teresa is that Mother Teresa, every life is very important. Whether the life of an unborn child, or the life which is abandoned by the parents, or the life which was abandoned from the whole kind of locality or the family, every life is very, very important. Every life is very beautiful, because God has given us just only one chance to live on earth, and for every life there is a purpose of living. Our life become happy when we find the purpose of living. Our life is so worthful if you know that what is your vocation, that why on earth you came, what is the reason of our life. So for Mother Teresa, her life, the meaning of her life is to serve for the poor. And even for my life, the meaning is that there's so much of meaning in my life, that among all the meaningful life for me, one of the life is about to do the work of God, and to do the work. I started joining ashram, and we call this kind of this is a very small project where it was started with only 2 students. One is me and one is my junior, and we have bought for the kids 50 pairs of shoes, because these kids, whenever they go to school, they don't have shoes to wear, and because whenever I go and visit to the church, and I always meet to the kids, and I'm very fond of the kids, and the kids really loves me. Whenever I come, they always try to welcome me. And one of the most funny incident is that for this Christmas, I do not go to my home for the Christmas. I went to this place where Brother Clement and all the kids are there. It is a place. It's a beautiful place in the Pondicherry. So in this place, Pondicherry, for this Christmas I went there, and I met all the kids, and the kids asked me the question, "Brother, where you went?" We ask this question, where you went. It means that from your family, when someone goes out from your house, your mother or your brother, sister asks it, "Where you went?" That kid did not ask me that, "From where are you coming?" From which place are you coming from? He didn't ask the question. He asked it, "Where you went?" That means that these kids have accepted me as a part of the family, and I really love to do all the charity work for them. And these kids, all the kids are nearly kind of 10 years old. Some 5 years old kids are there. Even the 6 months old babies are there. And these all kids have HIV, and they know that their life will not be stay for a long time. They will live for a very short life, and but they want to live in the moment. They want to live in the moment. They want to play. They want to make some kind of new friends. They want to spread the love. Whenever some new people come to the church, they always greet them. They always try to welcome them to the family. So the meaning of a life was taught by Mother Teresa, and Mother Teresa I really love, and I really love the way she take care and I really love the way she touched the people. You won't believe me that I go to the many places where there are so many people are abundant from the life, and after my MTech examination is over, I went in the Shillong. There's a place called Nongpo. Nongpo is there. One ashram is there, and is called as Blessed Home of Mother Teresa. And in that place, many of the leprosy people are there, and they are all abundant from the whole society. No, but you won't believe me. I have shook my hand with all the people who has leprosy. I have hugged them, and I have danced for them, and I sing for them, and I go and share all the good news to each and every place that your life is so beautiful because the God who has created you is so merciful and so kindful. So that's why I go to the place where the people are mostly abundant, and this is a place where I try to do my kind of to show my love and gratitude that you are so special to me and to God. Maybe like some people might have said you that you have AIDS, or like some people might have said you that you have, don't touch us. But for me, you come to me. I'll be as a brother. I'll be as your son. I'll be as your friend, no matter what, because I believe in the love, because love is very important. And the love always begins from the family. And the family who prays together stays together. And love always begins with a small act, that's a smile. When you smile, love always creates. So this is very important for me, that Mother Teresa have taught me so many things, and she always pray for me, since she is one of my favorite saints among the all saints. And she always pray for me. I know that because since I believe in pro-life, because I believe that the life is so worthwhile, because maybe so many medical terms may be there, but I believe that it was not mistaken, because God never do any mistake, because they might think that they are born because of the mistake, but I say that God never does any mistake. God is always perfect, and His love is perfect, His mercy and His grace is perfect. So I'm a pro-life because I believe in love also. So Mother Teresa is always a great saint for me, and it's always inspiring for me. And I know that I know that right now from the heaven, she is watching this show, and I think so I have created a smile on the face of Mother Teresa right now.
That's awesome. You have such wonderful nomination for today's show, and definitely I am also an admirer, and definitely Mother Teresa is an inspiration for me too. And I just want to read out, the picture what you have sent. And the caption with the picture of Mother Teresa holding a beautiful child. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love, Mother Teresa. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. And I see that her work, her words have made a lot of difference in your life, that you took action to doing the small things, but bringing a lot of love to you as well as people around you whom you have gone out and met and made a difference. So thank you so much for sharing. This is really awesome. And this is the kind of sharing I really anticipate in our show. All right. So anything else you want to share before we move into the last segment of our show?
Yes, I want to do, because when you read the quote of Mother Teresa, I found that a small thing with the great love. And if I am not mistaken, that you are a student of the Little Flower from Imphal, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So there is because Little Flower, when she was on the bed and when she was about to die, and she was with a great pain because like she went from the, if I'm not wrong, from the TB and I think so. I think so. Like she was suffering from the blood cancer or something. If I'm not wrong, I don't know. But when she was on the bed with a great pain, and some patient like some of the like someone came to meet her, and she says that even if you find a pin on this bed, I will give this pin with the love, because she know that she can't do anything right now because she is on the deathbed, because she know that she is gonna die very soon. But she said that even if I find a pin on my bed, I will give this pin with a great love. So when you do with something with a great love, it's always touch the people. No, sometimes like when time of some kind of festival comes, we try to give with the like so much of a huge gift. Like it all becomes a kind of a materialistic world. But if you can give something with the great love, that what you can give, it's always a beautiful for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you for sharing that. All right. So is there anything you want to share as part of the last question, wherein you can share anything on any topic? Okay, so I think we have lost him, but in any case, at least we are good because we did cover, all the 3 nominations for the core of our gratitude project, nominating at the personal level, in the level of Manipur, and at the global level. And John had absolutely beautiful people to nominate in today's show. And I think we had a moment, a beautiful moment where his nomination at his personal level, which is, he nominated his guide, Dr. V. Sajid. And Sajid was there in the show giving a comment. So I got really excited, to have that moment live. And of course, we learned a lot about the world of scientists, in him nominating Thangjam Guneshwar, and, a proud moment for Manipur in having an asteroid in his name, Thangjam asteroid. And of course, a lot of sharing on love and, expanding ourselves in doing small things by his nomination for Mother Teresa. So thank you everyone for watching and, being a part of our show. And I do definitely welcome all of you to come up and share about people you know around you who has made an impact in your life, and spread the love and positivity through our show. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.